Hi 11, welcome to Revision Hints and Tips Part 2.
Come join the fun at the Coloured Scribbles.
1. Don't overdo it. People allow revision to take over their lives. This isn't necessarily the best way to revise. Set yourself an allotted time instead of spending every spare second revising. 2. Everyone revises differently, whether it is cue cards or spider diagrams. So don't worry if your friends don't do their revision in the same way you do. Just find what works best for you and stick to it. 3. Take breaks. It's been proven that a teenager's brain can only focus on something for a length of time without being distracted or losing concentration. So have a sandwich or a cup of tea and then get back to work. 4. Make a timetable. Set out which subjects you're going to revise and when, and put in breaks. Having a structure to follow makes it much easier. Make a few copies, keep one for yourself and give another to a parent or friend, so that they can help keep you on track. 5. Eat good and healthy food. This is important in the run-up to your exams, not just on the day. Foods like fish and slow-release carbohydrates are great to keep you going and to help your brain work at its best. And don't forget to eat breakfast before your exam. 6. Drink lots of water. Take a bottle into your exam and drink regularly. Not only is it refreshing, but those miniature breaks can really help you to keep going. Water keeps your brain hydrated and will help you not to get headaches in your exams and when revising. 7. Skittles are a technique that I used during my sociology GCSE. When studying different topics within the subject, I would eat a certain flavoured Skittle. Then, during the exam, I would eat the Skittles in order to help me remember the topic I was writing about. 8. Make sure you get enough sleep. Try to get your recommended 6 to 8 hours of sleep a night throughout the exam period, not just on the night of your exam. 9. Balancing your revision and social schedule is important. Even if you mix the two by revising with friends, it is still important to do things that aren't revision related. 10. Start your revision early. Don't leave it all until the day before. Give yourself at least a month so that you can cover your topics repeatedly and can memorise more information. Good luck!
Click the play button to watch the video. Okay, note-taking is important and a really effective way to revise. Obviously, the example here are notes that were made by a student that were pretty comprehensive. A lot of work went into writing these notes with different colours. The person used a ruler to present the work very, very well. That is useful, obviously, if you're going to go back over your notes and time again. But there is definitely a direct link between memory and writing. And whenever you are revising, it's important that you are writing on paper. Don't just read your revision lists or your notebooks from school or any sort of articles or whatever you're looking at on the internet. Okay, whatever you're doing, when you are reading, when you are revising, make sure you are writing. It isn't always essential to be writing very neatly. When I was revising as a pupil, as a student, particularly in university, I used to write, but not even look at what I was writing. Just the act of physically writing made me remember things better. It improves your memory. So the prospect of revising for a 2-hour stint, for example, might not be the most exciting prospect in the world. And I know I've done it myself. People want to take the edge off potentially and have some background music or some other entertainment, the TV on in the background, so it isn't such a sort of such an isolated experience. However, okay, you can take it from me that background sort of noise definitely affects your ability to remember things. Okay, it definitely impacts on how well things sink in to your mind, and it does negatively affect on your understanding. Okay, so it's really important, right, that you do revise in a nice, quiet environment. Okay, and once you're in it, once you start, okay, the time actually goes really, really quickly. All right, but it'll take a few minutes, maybe 10-15 minutes even, okay, to settle in, and then all of a sudden you'll be in a flow and you'll be revising efficiently and effectively. Okay, and that brings me on nicely to speak about the learning environment. Okay, I hope it isn't the case, but um, some of you may have bedrooms that are in this type of state, that are messy. Obviously, that is not an environment that's conducive to learning. I also appreciate that you may share bedrooms. You might find it difficult to find a space in the house where you can revise quietly. Maybe you've got lots of brothers or sisters in the house, for example, lots of pets. If that's the case, try and find somewhere, even if it's some library, or maybe you have a grandparent or an auntie or uncle who live in a quiet environment. Maybe you can go over to their house. I revised in my grandparents' house when I was doing my GCSEs and my A levels. Okay, as you can see here, this example, a far more productive environment to be revising and to be preparing for exams. Okay, as Mrs. Gibbons said in the maths presentation, fail to prepare and prepare to fail. Right? So it's really important that you have a plan. Don't just include or don't prioritize the areas that you do well. Okay, it's important to prioritize the areas that you need to fill those gaps. Okay, don't just constantly cover the things that you do well. You need to cover those areas as well, because obviously you need to take advantage of your strengths, but don't forget to cover the areas that you need to improve upon within your revision timetable. Okay, so as a school, we can offer lots of support. We have weekly revision sessions, as we've had all through the year. The extracurricular timetable has been released on Twitter, on Peota. Okay, you've had a copy of those, as well as the Easter revision sessions. So really grateful to staff for supporting after school and the Easter revision sessions. Timetables again for Easter have been put on the Peota app, and you've had a copy of those, as well as being on Twitter. But of course, you can always come in and ask us for help and guidance. Okay, any teacher will help you at any point, whether it's break time, lunchtime, after school. Even many teachers will help you before school as well. If you need to leave to pick up a sibling, for example. Everyone has had a revision support kit. And it's got a calendar included, so that will support you with respect to planning your time effectively. And then finally, we have the Leavers Assembly. Okay, and that'll be a really great opportunity to get together and to celebrate your time from an academic perspective at Porth Community School. Okay, and that'll be the last time then that we get together as a cohort before the results day in August. And finally, year 11, so all I've got to say is absolutely good luck. Okay, you will get the results that you deserve. Okay, so work hard and do your best. That's all anyone can ask. Poor luck.